share screen. Today we're going to take and do building a new database in RootsMagic 8. Okay, this is the home screen for RootsMagic 8. You go to New File, create an empty file. You can also bring in a JEDCOM. This is where we're building one from scratch. Empty file. Just choose a storage location. I'm going to choose Downloads, and I'm going to choose S5, and I'm going to save it. Okay, now you get the option of the date format. You're going to get the reference or the number that you want to take and display with it. I'm going to use the family search ID. The reference number, I'll show you in a minute how to take and put that in. Let's put that in, and I'll show you where that shows up. And then uppercase for the surname, I like that. LES support and family tree support. That's so you can take and use family search, family tree support. So like those options. I'm going to add the first person in. This is the first person. I'm going to use BW Pulse. His sex is male. He's my great-great-grandfather. I'm going to say he was born in 1935. And the place I'm going to put in there is going to be Kansas City. Now, Kansas City is in 2 states and 2 different counties. And I'm going to choose Winnet County in Kansas. Winnet County in Kansas. This gazetteer establishes standard place names. So all your place names will be the same for the same place. And it also, you can see it already gives you the county. So you don't have to go look that up. And say, okay. And so I've got a birth date. I've got it in Kansas City, Winnet County. I got a primary name of BW Pulse. Let's play with him for a minute. I told you I'd show you how to do a reference number. Reference number pops up. We say okay to that. I use 5 digits, 11, 4, 5, 6, and a sort date of 1400. So it's at the top of my list all the time, so I don't have to look for it. So there it is at the top of the list. I use 5 digits because I don't think I'm going to have over 999,000 people. And we have the birth date, and we have the primary name set. So let's say he has an alternate name. So let's try that. And there it is, alternate. And let's say it's Beverly. And Pulse. And then you have a date range. So I'm going to say he used that name. This is a good place for wives' maiden names and stuff like that. You can put the date at which the alternate name is in there. So I'm going to put in 1935 to 1940. You use that, and the sort date will be taken care of. So come over and click to here. Here's the alternate name. Here's the alternate. Here's the date range that it's in. And he was using Beverly Pulse during that time frame. And then he used BW Pulse for his primary name. Okay. So we've got that. So let's say on the Beverly Pulse, we need to take and put a source on there for where that was at. So I've shown you how to do standard names. Now we're going to take and add a source to the document. So we want to take and add a new source. And we have all these types of standard formats in a free-form format for doing our sources. So most of the time, when you find a name like that, it's in something like a census. And U.S. federal census in 1890, It's probably an online census form. Choose one of the forms. When you choose a form, you'll see this E or EE over here. Sometimes you'll see EE and, oh, nothing over here today. EE is evidence explained. QC is another one, and E is evidence. So if you're familiar with the standard methods for doing sources, that's what's there. So we back out of that, back out of that. So let's close out of that. So we're here, and you can add a source there. You can add media here, and you can add task there, and you can write a note there. So that you can take and attach all of that to this single event. Okay. So now that we've got him in there and we've got a birth, death date, let's add a spouse. And the easiest way I know of adding a spouse is add a spouse. Bring this over. His second wife's name was Lotta. And surname was Kennedy. Sex, and she was born that's kind of fictitious, but she was born in Kansas. And we don't want any more of that. Sometimes autotype gets to be a pain. So we want auto that there and paste that in place so we have a standardized place. We know the death or the burial, we can take and add that. This, by the way, this sheet is customizable. You can add other things in there that you want to enter for a new person. I add reference numbers, for instance. So there she is. Same features are over here for sources on each one of these items. So you can take them for each item. You put sources for the name. You can put sources and media and so on. And for the primary name, you can do it. Of course, you can do alternate names. Okay, so now we have BW, and when we go to this view, we can see Otta in there. We go back to this view, it expands it out for you so you can take and see both of them there. So you can add father, mother, father, mother, child, or you can do it on this view. You can look at this view, which gives you more of a family view. This view gives you everybody that's in the data place. You'll notice the plus sign here on this Beverly. That's his alternate name, remember? So if you made it primary, you could take and do that. And I'll show you how to do primary. And then this is the family view. So you can take and see the family. Now I wanted to show you how to do, let's say we want to take and make Beverly Falls the primary. You come over to here and you say Beverly's going to be the primary and BW is going to be the alternate. See, it's now alternate. And the primary name is Beverly, okay? And you can put a date range in for that alternate. So you can take and do that. You know, when they misspell or misindex things on the census, especially this couple, they had a lot of fun with them in the 1910 censuses. Beverly was actually indexed as Earl E. Dude, and it's Beverly Wright Pulse. So how they got to that, you just have to go look at the census and see it. I think that's the 1910. It may be the 1900. So anyway, that's it. We can cancel out of that. Come up here. Here's the people. Here's how it's displayed. You can add people to it. And I've shown you sources. I've shown you media, tasks, searches, publishes. So you're ready to take and get started. And that should be enough. I'm going to stop share and end recording. After reviewing the video, I decided to attach these stills so that you could get a better chance at pausing and seeing the picture in a larger mode. The only one, I also included all the settings. The only setting that you might have difficulty with is the one for the source templates. In that, you go to the source tab and you use the 3 dots that are in the upper right hand corner to choose source templates.